Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have the best of beauty of 2021. Like, what a year it has been. So many great makeup launches. We've really snapped back from COVID, and I'm gonna give you my favorites of this year. So let's just get right into it. We're gonna get started with eyeshadow palettes. So many good eyeshadow palettes and eye products came out this year, but first, this is my favorite thing of the year that came out. This is the Natasha Denona Retro palette. This palette is so gorgeous. I'm just like obsessed. I'm in love with Natasha Denona basically. I just love her. I love her eyeshadow formulas. Look at how pretty this palette is. She just knows. She knows eyeshadows like no one else, I swear. Her and Pat McGrath, I need to just be in their head. Like, I need to be in her mind. I need to know how it works. She just comes out with the most gorgeous eyeshadow palettes. She has the most beautiful eyeshadow formula. It is expensive for sure, but it's worth it. This is one of her $65 eyeshadow palettes. She's been coming out with these more recently because I just think, you know, no one wants to drop like $120 on an eyeshadow palette. So she made the pans a little bit smaller, but still a ton of shades to choose from, which is really nice. I'm obsessed with it. You need to get this. Okay, next up from Oreck, which is Samantha Ravndal's brand. She came out with these little duo eyeshadows. It's a cream eyeshadow with a powder eyeshadow. These are just, let's take a look just at the packaging for one. So beautiful, so like luxurious. The glass, frosted glass, gold detailing. So they are a cream on the bottom, and then on the top is a powder eyeshadow topper, and these are just so gorgeous and beautiful. She came out with 3 shades. She came out with new ones for Christmas too. I just love her brand. So well thought out and unique and luxurious and just beautiful. She really killed it with these, and I'm excited to see kind of what else she comes out with. Another eyeshadow palette that I love is from Patrick Ta. He came out with this eyeshadow palette called the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. Look at this palette, super beautiful. It comes with 2 cream shades, kind of cream bases, and then the rest are eyeshadows, and it's kind of shimmers and mattes and very neutral shades. It's just a gorgeous palette. Another eyeshadow that I love is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Master Mattes eyeshadow palette. This is great for anyone who loves just really neutral brown tones. I mean, I could create so many looks with this. I know it is, again, just like a basic palette, but this is great just for anyone who isn't super into those shimmers and just wants, you know, a basic matte palette that you can wear every single day of the year. Like, doesn't matter where you're going, you can use lighter shades, you can create a super beautiful matte smoky eye. Like, there's so many things you can do with this, very versatile. It's great for makeup artists because you can use this on many different skin tones, but it's also great for just the consumer because I love this because I love these shades, and a lot of times I don't like to use shimmer. I usually stick to more matte shades, so this palette is just perfect for me. And then the last, this is kind of a face palette, but it does have some eyeshadows in it. This is the Natasha Denona Glam face palette. Natasha Denona killed it again with some eyeshadows, and yeah, she's never come out with a sort of like face palette like this before, but here's what it looks like. So you kind of get these 5 eyeshadows down here, so you can kind of create a nice like neutral look, and then you get a blush and a highlighter. Hey, you want to do your eyeshadows, your blush, and your highlighter, you have it all in one. Great for traveling, great for anyone who just likes the simple, quick, you know, makeup routine. It kind of depends like what I'm doing. If I, you know, don't have a lot of time, this is a great product to have because I can just pick it up and I don't have to grab a bunch of different eyeshadows and go through like blushes and highlighters and things like that, whereas I can just grab one palette and everything kind of works for me. So this is nice to have. Next, moving on to more like face products, let's talk about this blush from Pat McGrath. She launched these this year, and I'm obsessed with this one. I definitely want to pick up another one as well. Look at this blush. Look how gorgeous this is. This is in the shade Electric Bloom. And it's not coming up as like intense on camera, but it is a very intense kind of coral color. It's a lot, you know, you have to use a lot of hand, especially with me because I'm very fair, but I'm obsessed with this. I want to pick up a more like neutral shade as well, just to have, because I really love this blush formula and it's just a really beautiful blush. Another product from Patrick Ta. This actually looks literally the same as the eyeshadow palette. Like, they're basically the same, except this says For Face. So he came out with this. This was a holiday limited edition palette. This is a blush palette. So these are his blush duos, and he kind of put them all into a palette together. So you have cream blushes on the top with a little, you know, plastic cover. And then you have 3 powders. And this palette is gorgeous, very bright, beautiful colors. Don't have to be light with the hand because these are very pigmented, but super beautiful nonetheless. Just a really nice, like, luxurious, awesome palette that works for a lot of people. This is probably my favorite thing he came out with this year. I really love the eyeshadow palette too, but I really love blush, especially love his blushes. He just has a really nice blush formula, so love that. And another blush product is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They came out with these cream stick blushes this year. So this is in the shade Peachykeen. Just a gorgeous blush, super like blendable, creamy. I'm oily, so I have to be careful with like cream products when I put them on my face, because sometimes depending how, some cream products just be very like dewy and shiny, but these are not like that at all. They almost, I wouldn't say it's like a matte finish, but it's not dewy either. It's kind of like in between, so it works well for me. It doesn't like make me look shiny, you know, it just gives a nice kind of natural glow to the skin, and it just looks like you just got out of the sun, like, you know, it just gives you a nice like natural flush without making you look too like dewy or shiny. So I love that cream blush formula. Another product from Patrick Ta, like, Jesus Christ, he came out with this brow lamination gel. So this is essentially a eyebrow gel, but it is a very strong hold. So if you know, if you ever got an eyebrow lamination, it's basically just holds your brows in place, kind of gives them a really like fluffy looking appearance, and this is supposed to kind of mimic that, and it definitely does. I mean, it's not gonna look exactly like it, but it is one of the more stronger holding eyebrow gels that I've tried. And for anyone who has really like unruly or untamable brows, or if you just want your brows to, you know, stay in one spot, a lot of eyebrow gels, they just don't, it's hard for them to hold, or they may hold for like an hour or two, and then your eyebrows start to fall down, you know, they don't look as like fluffy or, you know, whatever. So this is a really great product. Now into lip products from Victoria Beckham Beauty. She has these Posh lipsticks. I have a love-hate relationship with Victoria Beckham Beauty because I want to buy everything in her brand, but it's so damn expensive. I mean, her brand's only a few years old, and at first she had no sales at all. Last year, I think was her first year, she did a Black Friday sale. It was 20% off, and I bought a few things. And then this year she had another sale for Black Friday, and she's been having more sales like for the holidays. I'm like, thank God. I can't afford to be full price on her. I mean, I really can't afford to even buy her shit 20% off. Like, it's still very expensive. I just love her products. They're so beautiful. So this is the Posh lipsticks. They are very tiny, okay? Like, this is a very tiny lipstick. So like luxurious though. She has the tortoiseshell packaging that I'm obsessed with. Like, okay, look at how tiny this thing is. Like, look at the size to my hand. Like, comparing this to a normal, it's way smaller than a normal lipstick should be. But anyway, I have a few of these, but I pulled the shade Pose. So these are like a very creamy lipstick. Very comfortable. I say even more creamier than like the average lipstick, but they have a lot of pigment to them. So I'm not gonna call them like a lip balm, they were like, the formula reminds me of a lip balm, but they're very pigmented, like a lipstick. So, but that's just shade Pose. I'm just love these so much. So I had to give them a little like honorable mention. Then from Makeup by Mario, he launched some lip products. I just love these. I've been using these all the time. He launched these lip liners, Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil. So I actually like this because it comes with, you know, lip pencil on one side, then the other side is like a little brush, which I kind of like because it's good to blend. It makes it nice to, you know, blend in the lip liner. Sometimes lip liners can just tend to be harsh, and you don't have to go in with like your finger and, you know, like get your fingers all dirty. You can just use a nice brush and kind of make like a nice gradient if that's what you're going for. Or if you just, there's some people who use just lip liner as their like lipstick lip color. I don't do that. I don't know why, I just don't really like to do that, but it's hard to get like a smooth, it's hard to make it look smooth. So I like that he added in this little brush at the end. I think it's a nice touch, and especially as like a makeup artist, I think he's just kind of thinking about easier ways, you know, for the consumer and makeup artists to use products. So I like that he added the little brush at the end. I picked up the shade Hugh. I don't know if it's Hugh or Hugh. It's Hugh, but it's just a nice, you know, rosy, kind of pinky nude eyeliner or lip liner. And then I picked up one of his matte lipsticks. I'm not a fan of matte lipsticks. Like, I'm a very creamy, dewy, comfortable lipstick person. I love like lipstick balms. I like lip glosses, and not really into matte lipsticks because I feel like they just make your lips look crusty. But this, I heard really good things about this lipstick, and I'm like, I have to give it a try. Like, I have to see what the deal is. And I can say this is my favorite matte lipstick I've ever tried. Like, I've tried a decent amount of matte lipsticks, and then I kind of just stopped buying them because I'm like, I don't, you know, want to keep spending money on something that is just going to make my lips look crusty and like dry. But it still looks matte on your lips, but it's movable. Like, I hate, you know, a matte lipstick isn't going to be good when you like swipe it on your lips and it tugs your lip. That's too dry for me. This was creamy and it was still like movable. You know when you have a matte lipstick on and you like go like this and it doesn't move? Too dry. It's too dry for me. And anyone, you know? You need to be able to move the lipstick around a little bit. So when I put this on, you can move it. It's comfortable. You know, it still glides, but still gives you that matte look. So this is the shade Erin. It's like this cool toned, pinky, nude shade. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I'm just obsessed with it, so had to mention these because I love them. And the last product of my Best of Beauty is this lip gloss balm from Rare Beauty. This product is really nice. It is, like it says, it's very in between a lip gloss and a lip balm. It's much thicker than like a lip gloss would be. It lasts longer. It feels really nice and like hydrating on the lips. But it still gives you that kind of gloss. I mean, it's not super, super glossy, but it's glossy enough. And this is the shade Nearly Mauve. And yeah, I put this on all the time. Even when I don't have makeup on, I'll just throw this in my purse, or I'll throw it in my purse even when I'm going out because it's just comfortable. But it still gives you like a little bit of color and a little bit of shine. I just love this formula. And that is it for my Best of Beauty of 2021. I can't believe it's almost 2022. I hope everyone has a great New Year's and a good start to the beginning of 2022. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.